Hello and welcome to my presentation about Breezin Thru Theory, a fun and educational website and app for music and performance-based classes worldwide. Breezin Thru Theory definitely falls under the category of games and simulations, a trend which has gained traction in the 2010s, but really exploded during the nationwide virtual learning in 2020. In recent years, games and simulations have shown evidence of improving K-12 education. Games can increase student participation, Plass, Homer, and Kinzer 2015, and improve learning self-efficacy as well as academic achievement, Fuster, Guio et al. 2019. Teaching with games has also been linked to social and emotional learning, Hermrich and Sue 2009. Gamers' positive traits and behaviors include demonstrating urgent optimism, generating a devoted social fabric, residing in blissful productivity, and exhibiting epic meaning, McGonigal 2010. Video games in general have gotten more and more attention in education because they have generally received more and more attention every year since their invention. Video games have been shown to increase empathy, experience, preparations for actions, distributed intelligence, cross-functional teams, and situated meaning. G. 2006. G. 2006 explained situating meaning as, quote, meanings that gamers can apply in actual context of use for action and problem solving only when they have experienced the images and actions to which the words apply. Page 177. End quote. Many people compare learning music to learning a spoken language, so context means everything when you're talking about reading sheet music and performing an instrument with an ensemble. Breezin Thru Theory is a cutting-edge website which pulls students in with its bright colors and addictive games. It walks students who are in performance programs like band, orchestra, and chorus through foundational music theory, offers digital badges, and reinforces the learning with games which earn more badges. This is a classic example of learning through constructivism, which, quote, involves learning by building through innovative software tools that reconceptualize what it means to learn and teach, end quote, Reber, 2004, page 54. Breezin Thru Theory is designed for K-12 performance programs like band, chorus, and orchestra. Its interactive approach supplements the teaching of notes, chords, and other facets of music theory. It changes teaching and learning by using games and situations to stimulate student learning and memorization which apply to the real-world scenario of reading, notating, and performing music on instruments. Most relevant to educators is the ability to create a full semester of curriculum, like lessons and drills, for individual classes when checked by progress by class, by students, or by drill. When virtual learning dominated United States public schools starting in March 2020, most music teachers were, quote, forced to move their teaching from the classroom to the internet, and there will be no going back to the false security that teachers had when they thought they only had to focus on teaching and musicking in physical spaces, never doing so online, end quote, Chiari, 2020, page 14. Some of my students' parents have asked me why I dedicate time to a cell phone app when I should be teaching my students to play their instruments, but, quote, multiple approaches to musicking and learning should lead to an expanded pedagogical toolkit, challenging teachers to learn from their students and facilitate musical experiences that are comprehensively diverse, end quote, page 14. De Almeida and Dos Santos Mercado, 2021, proposed implementation of requirements for different elements of a game to determine its effectiveness. Breezin Thru Theory checks the box for requirements for student concentration, game challenge because of its design to gradually get harder and harder, adaptability for player skill, control, immersion, and educational content because it's used in public schools nationwide. One of Breezin Thru Theory's flaws is that it does not check the box for social interaction, which I will discuss later. Now I'm going to show you around Breezin Thru Theory from the teacher's perspective. When you first log in as a teacher or a student, it is a little bit confusing at first to navigate Breezin Thru Theory, which is one of my few nitpicks. There's like a lot to look at here on the home screen. What takes a little getting used to is this big orange arrow right here. This is what you're going to want to use the most with your students. The Breezin Thru Theory Next Gen Edition. They have the Classic Edition, which is for like older browsers, older computers. But you can see on these icons here that desktops, laptops, tablets, and phones all work great for the Next Gen Edition. Sometimes my students will forget their laptops and they can just do their daily drill on their phone. It doesn't display perfectly, but it does have a mobile adaptive display. I'm going to go down to my teacher dashboard, and this is a really quick shortcut when you want to look at any data from your students. Maybe you're setting goals around Breezin Thru Theory data, student goals, or you need to show your evaluator in a meeting. So I can see here that I have 2,192 drills have been completed this year on Breezin Thru Theory. Our students have an average score of 83, but a fair number of drills, 912 drills, have been completed with 3 hearts. Students really want to earn these hearts. That means they get 100 on a drill, and they did it in under 3 minutes too. And I'm just going to click to download. It's going to give me a spreadsheet. It's going to be organized by drill number and what the percentage was. It also shows average scores, but I normally just keep the top score. So that was how to download the scores, as well as track the highest achieving student, which itself is very motivating. You can also click set course names and planning and create custom courses just from adding and deleting lessons. And that was the teacher side of Breezin Thru Theory. Okay, now I'm going to show you what the student sees after they've logged into Breezin Thru. So once you've logged in, you'll see there's a lot to see here. I know it looks a little overwhelming, but you're looking for this left side with the big arrow, the big orange and white arrow. That's what you want to click on. Although you can play games and use an interactive piano if you feel like playing around. Next Gen Edition. And it's going to take a second to load, but once you get in here, you can start playing around. You want to click the play button one more time. And you can see that you can take a tour, you can explore your music path, you can explore the chapters. But you see there's all these chapters that you can watch, and they're all just lessons that teach you things. Click the arrow, you got lessons, drills, games, play that tune. And then of course there's the games and drills you can play after viewing the lesson. Click that arrow.
Pitch is placed on a staff of 5 lines and 4 spaces to indicate how high or low it sounds.
And here are the major drills. So it's pretty fun. In the teacher account, there are handy planning tools like the lesson planner and curriculum map, where you can quickly create PDFs of assignments like lessons, drills, games, and play that tunes. You can download and share these PDFs with students, so Breezin Thru assists with music education curriculum outside of just playing games and independent learning. As you've seen, it takes far too many clicks to navigate to necessary pages. I constantly need to demonstrate exactly where to click on this unintuitive website and hope my students remember exactly what to click and when. My recommendations for the future Breezin Thru Theory is to minimize the number of clicks it takes to go from logging in to actually seeing the activities. I also think the login process could be streamlined. I shouldn't see a login with Google next to the username and password boxes. My students will all use different methods to log in, which can make my job of tracking their progress difficult. Ease of use is a, quote, significant predictor for both usefulness and learning opportunities. Borgeron et al., 2010, page 1152, end quote. I would also love to see a team-based Olympics or something so that the whole experience is more social. I wouldn't change the rankings. I believe a lot of students achieve more solely for that competition. But the students who struggle shouldn't even see their ranking. They should also earn badges easier somehow so that they don't feel left out. Thank you very much for watching my presentation about Breezin Thru Theory. Research supports what a wonderful resource it is for improving learning in music education and the performing arts. It isn't perfect, but I look forward to entertaining and educating my students with it in the future.